Hi everyone! Welcome to Artsonia's After School Art Club. Today, we have a fun art project from Miss Keriann, an art teacher from Wisconsin. Hope you enjoy the video and don't forget to have your artwork uploaded to your Artsonia gallery.
Hello, welcome to Art with Keriann. My name is Keriann Kirkeng and I teach art at Genesee Lake School in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. My project I'm bringing you today is inspired by Vincent van Gogh, and this is a technique I learned from Angie Hemker, my mentor teacher when I was student teaching. For this project, we're going to use recycled materials, one of my favorite things to do in art, and you can find a lot of them at home or in your kitchen. I use a cereal box to make some of my flowers. Let me go ahead and show you all the steps. For this project, we will need to collect a piece of paper for our background, a pencil, a bottle of glue, and a pair of scissors. When using scissors, I always would like you to check with an adult. So before beginning the project, please check with an adult before using your scissors. We will also need some colorful recyclable items like cereal boxes, cracker boxes, or food wrappers. In addition to those colorful items, we will want colorful scraps of paper as well. Now that I have my materials, I'm ready to start my design. I'm going to begin by using my pencil and paper and lay out what I hope my picture will look like. The first thing I am drawing is my vase. The vase that I am designing is going to be tall and slender, and I'm creating it so it's symmetrical. Symmetrical means it's about the same on one side as it is the other side. Now that I have my vase complete, I'm going to add the stems and flowers. I am using sunflowers because my source of inspiration is Vincent van Gogh's paintings of sunflowers. A sunflower has a nice big middle and some wide petals that surround it. So here I'm drawing my petals around the big center of my sunflower. I'm going to go ahead and add a few more sunflowers to this. Our next step is going to be collaging to give our flowers some color. So I think I'm going to draw 3 flowers to begin my design. If I would want to go back and add more, I could, but I don't want to overwhelm my design with too many flowers because it might become complicated when I'm adding in the collage aspects. Now that I have my idea all laid out, I'm ready to start adding the collage aspects. I'm going to use this brown paper towel to use in the middle of my sunflowers. Sunflowers usually have a nice big brown middle where the seeds are. I think this brown paper towel will be perfect for that in my collage. So I'm ripping it up and putting the small pieces into the centers of my sunflower using glue. Once I have my middles complete, I'm ready to start working on my stems. I was able to find a lot of green items, so I'm going to use these for my stems. And I'll cut out some long skinny strips for them because I did some long narrow stems. My stems are a little curved, so I need to cut my strips down a little bit. Now if I had some straight stems, I could have used those strips just the way they were, but I want my stems to continue to look like they have a little bit of a curve to them. So I'll achieve this by kind of chopping the pieces up into smaller bits and have angles to them when I lay them down. Now I had a variety of different greens, so I'm using the different green items that I found and putting a variety in my stems. Because if you look at a sunflower field, you'll see all sorts of different greens in the stems anyways. Once I have my stems finished, I'm ready to move on and work on either the vase or the petals. I think what I'm going to do next is finish the flowers off. So I'm grabbing all of my yellows that I can find, and I'll begin by using those. So there's a couple different ways we can do this step. I'm going to show you both ways. The first option is very similar to how we did the middles of our sunflowers. This is done by selecting the color that we like and ripping it into smaller pieces, then placing those pieces into the glue. This works really well for paper products. So a piece of construction paper or magazine paper would work perfect for this step. We'll piece it together, covering all of the glue spots. Now the second technique on my next flower is going to be used with cardboard. This will be harder to rip, so I am using scissors and I'm cutting out a shape similar to the petals on my sunflower. I'll go ahead and line it up and see which petal it matches best with. Once I find it, I'll go ahead and glue it on there. This technique is used really well when the material's too hard to rip, so that way you don't hurt your fingers. It's also fun to try to puzzle the pieces together to cover all of the areas. Now, because I did 3 flowers, I think I'm going to finish my third one doing a combination of both steps. So some of my petals are covered with the cardboard from the cereal box, and some are covered with the paper from the magazine. My final step is going to be to fill in my vase. Now, because my vase is so big, I am going to choose to rip up smaller pieces and add them onto it. If I wanted to, I could certainly do the technique that I did with the cardboard pieces and try cutting out larger shapes similar to that of my vase. It really depends on what material you want to use to fill it in. I am using a purple colored paper from a magazine. You could definitely take multiple colors and fill in your vase or your flowers with those different colors. The colors that I use are not set, so feel free to be creative and put your own spin on this. I hope your recycled collage turned out great. You should think about adding some more detail to it. What do you think we could do to the background? Do you have a creative inspiration? If it turned out great, think about hanging it up for others to see so you can share all of your hard work with everyone else. Thank you so much for making art with me today. See you next time.